Hi, I'm Daniel, and I am counting down the top 10 best episodes from SpongeBob's 12th season, which is the most recent season. This is my final best episode from SpongeBob seasons, and at the end I'll briefly discuss my ranking of the seasons. One thing to note, the episode Ponytail Club still hasn't aired. Guess why? 10. Karen's baby. Karen gets a robot son who grows up throughout the episode. I find this episode really fun to watch, with Karen giving up to her name and being an overprotective mother, and Plankton being a more laid-back parent who came to not care about him, but in the end they both care. I really like this duo, and the new character Chip, which makes this episode great. 9. The Ghost of Plankton. Plankton turns into a ghost to steal the formula, but needs help from the Flying Dutchman. The return of the Flying Dutchman is executed great in this episode, but interacting with Plankton, which is a unique pairing which hasn't been seen before. Plankton was really amazing this season, with multiple episodes on this list. 8. Dirty Bubble returns. The Dirty Bubble gets turned good and gets a job at the Krusty Krab, but if he gets dirty, he will turn evil again. I like how this episode focuses on the Dirty Bubble and a non-dirty version of him, which I think was the original who got turned evil somehow. It's connected to Merman and Bound Boy, but it's not a proper episode, or even a Mermaid Sponge episode, because SpongeBob isn't dressing up as him here. I find it funny that both this list and my season 11 list have number 9 being a Flying Dutchman episode, and number 8 being Merman related. 7. Gary and Spot. During the night, Gary and Spot leave their house to meet up and run away from being caught as stray pets. Despite not being able to talk, these two character interactions are really entertaining to watch. Sandy being the narrator seemed like a weird choice at first, but it's actually added to the episode. Gary and Spot, the episode, is really funny. Like how Patrick is with all the pets in the background and it is barely acknowledged. 6. SpongeBob's birthday blowout. During SpongeBob's birthday, Patrick takes him on a tour on the surface while his friends argue over his party planning. This is a great anniversary special and TV movie for not feeling overly dragged out. There's some weird bits like the Beans show and the monkeys, but I think it is intentional, and the rest of the special scenes are great, like the human version of the SpongeBob characters. The background is filled with Yoda references, which I appreciate. The ending scene with Patchy is probably one of my favourite SpongeBob scenes of all time, and a great way to celebrate 20 years of the show. 5. The Krusty Bucket. Plankton creates a combination of him and Crab that names Plank Crab to steal the formula, but he takes over both the fast food restaurants, which makes the enemies have to team up. While the plot is very similar to Best Frenemies and the other party in some ways, this takes the stakes up a spot by having the antagonist take the restaurant instead of just being a rival business. Plank Crab is a really entertaining villain for having the better parts of both characters into an amazingly manipulated threat, and the way the story concludes is greatly written. 4. The Hankering. It's revealed that Crab likes Chum in secret, and when the place he usually buys Chum from shuts down, he has to go to Plankton. While there has probably been multiple scenes where Crab's not liking Chum has been shown, I don't care because of how interesting this episode is. I think Crab's liking the taste of Chum is a great plot twist, especially of how the flashbacks ties into Pull Up a Barrel. 3. Squid's on a buzz. After constantly arguing every morning, Squidward swaps jobs with the bus driver on SpongeBob and Patrick's ride on the bus day. This episode shouldn't work as well as it does, because not much story happens, and it should feel like SpongeBob and Patrick being overly annoying to Squidward. However, this is easily the funniest episode of the season, but how well the setting of Just the Buzz is used, which makes this episode really great. 2. Handemonium. Plankton turned the hand at the top of the Chum Bucket alive, but it goes rogue, which means him and SpongeBob have to stop it. The episode introducing with hand wrestling was an amazing way to tie the episode to hand and establish Plankton and Crab's rivalry, being Plankton's motivation. Then later in the episode, the team up of SpongeBob and Plankton was very entertaining and great to see. The plot of Plankton's invention going wrong is the opposite of original. In this season we have the Krusty Bucket, but while both episodes are great, I prefer this because that episode focused more on the new villain, while this focuses more on the team-up aspect. And now, honourable mentions are A Cabin in the Kelp, Breaking, Krusty, I'm not going to try and pronounce the second word, and Knock Knock Who's There. 1. Dream Hoppers. How do I explain this episode plot? In SpongeBob's dream, a patty runs away, so he has to chase it. I can't describe it well enough, so just watch the episode. This is a parody and homage to the Fantasia segment The Sorcerer's Apprentice, with both music combined with animation as an art form, and some shots yet to mirror it. The lack of dialogue for the whole thing was a bold choice, but made the episode very unique, and Dream Hoppers could have easily been a CP Time rip-off. But the episode doesn't overuse going through different dreams in Bikini Bottom. Dream Hoppers tries something different, which is why I picked it over Pandemonium as the best Fun Just Weapons episode from Season 12. In conclusion, Season 12 was weaker than Season 11 easily, for just feeling beyond. There isn't much standout amazing and awful episodes, and they're just a good episode. Season 11 had massively standout episodes, and even most of the just good episodes were somewhat interesting. The worst may be worse and more common, but overall the season is way superior. Season 12 is still a good season, most episodes are good, and the comedy is still funny. Here I'll usually say where it is compared to the other seasons, but I'll just say my season ranking. If you want more details on my thoughts on the seasons, watch my video about the season's best episodes. Or ranking for season 10. Especially the ones season 9 onward where I go more in depth about the season. Anyway, 12 season 7, 11 season 6, the bad seasons. 10 season 8, 9 season 10, 8 season 4, 7 season 5. 6 season 12, the okay to good seasons. 5 season 9, 4 season 11, 3 season 3, the great seasons. 2 season 2, 1 season 1. The best seasons that are almost tied, but I chose season 1 for having less bad episodes than season 2. This would be a dull season to end the series of videos on, if it weren't for the fact I still need to discuss the worst of these seasons, and I will also do a video on season 13 when it finishes, but I think it just started. I don't know, I haven't watched any of it yet. Before I get to the worst of these seasons, I have a certain thing in the SpongeBob franchise that came out recently to review. The end.